Alright guys, Supreme Kami here. So in terms of this video, we will be talking about should you guys summon for Fei Se or not. So Fei Se is a flame support type character, so she is going to be fulfilling the same role as what Lan is doing, so that's why I do want to kind of spotlight her just a little bit, because people might wonder, alright, should I replace Lan or should I still get Lan and still use Fei Se at the same time? We're pretty much going to answer that in this video. So I have tested her out in more or less like a free-to-play account that my girlfriend has. I summoned on her account initially first because I want to get a good glimpse of how she will work. So that's why we have that. So throughout this video, we will be playing a lot of parts just to kind of give you guys a damage output pre-phases, so you guys can see the damage output in this video, and then on the following one I will pull it on my account, probably 6-star if I can, so at that point in time we can see a direct comparison for damage. So at that point we will know, alright, for sure, you know, which is a better support type character. But as far as my experience using her, I kind of have a good glimpse of what she does, you know, her strong point, weak point, so we would kind of discuss all that in this video. So let's talk about the positive. I do want to start things out with that. That's, you know, just a, you know, a trend I want to keep, I guess, in a way, positive than negative, so you guys should know her full extent. So I think for positive, I think it's just more based on her character design. We're not even talking about the gameplay itself first, we're talking about her character design. I think if you are summoning for playing a gacha game, you know, obviously meta is definitely going to be something that players will always talk about, but I think the design for this character definitely is gonna overshadow any meta or whatnot. I think they did a really good job into designing the character, how she's portrayed in game, like her movement and whatnot. I think they did a phenomenal job. So if you guys are summoning for the character itself, she's definitely the one to summon for, you know, based on my opinion. And then for exploration, yeah, for exploration, she does have the capability to fly on a short duration based on how much your endurance is. I think that aspect is similar to Rebellion in a way, but I personally don't have Rebellion, so I can't really say how much more effective that is. But I think Fei Se definitely does add to the addition of easy exploration. So if you guys are someone that maybe are lazy to explore because you have to, it's a slow grind, but I think with Fei Se it's definitely gonna be a new experience for my take on it. And then as far as her role as being a support type character, I think she does a pretty good job. Her kit is pretty easy to understand, so there's not a whole lot of mechanics to follow, although she does have mechanics, but at the same time they are fairly easy to kind of dissect them and then understand how she operates. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say about the positive. So you guys know the negatives for this one. I do have a little bit more to say, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about her trait. So for whatever reason, they did not add in like an additional final damage output by 18%, similarly to how they have handled for Mimi. I thought they were pretty much going to be like a carbon copy trait for what Mimi did, and then slap it onto this one, because I think that's how CN has it. But we were all left disappointed when they removed that flat out, you know, that standard baseline 18% final damage output, and that was pretty much, to me, that feels like it's cheating this character, because that's what we need. We need a better trait besides Fiona, and we don't have that, so that's a huge disappointment in my opinion. And then synergy wise, I think this character alone does not operate as intentionally without Lil Wo, because of the mechanics having the calligraphy characters on the field. She benefit a whole lot from that, even from Lan's umbrella blooms on the floor. If you do not have those characters, if you're only using Annabella or you guys are using Ruby and you want to pull Fei Se as a support type character, unfortunately I'm just gonna spoil the bean for you guys. You guys are not gonna be operating or using her at her max you know, capacity, which is sad because it makes you want to pull for Lil, so it's the investment is gonna be a little bit tough. So I'm just gonna put that on right there. And then another important piece is, remember how when they advertise Zeke, he is a dual type element, so he is a flame and a physical at the same time. And then how they advertise or how they have like a team structure or recommendation, even on the official Tower Fantasy, they recommend a Zeke. But at at any given time right now, we're not able to pull Zeke. So if you guys are like a fresh player, new player, starting the game, let's say right now, if you want to pull with Zeke or you want to complete that flame team right now, it's pretty much impossible. So I this may not directly say, oh, Fei Se is better or not, but if you want to play at a pinnacle point because it's a new character, so obviously it has to synergize with, you know, one thing or another, you can't really do that. So I think right now summoning for Fei Se is kind of like, you know, not really optimal in a way. So although she is a good support type character, ultimately I think being her itself has to pair up with Blue Hole being the main DPS. It's gonna be hard for a free to play player, right? So even if a free to play is main flame, right? I don't think she's gonna be a ton better than Lan if you guys have Lan already. So unfortunately, if you guys have not summoned her, I'm just gonna say skip it, because she's not gonna be bringing way more than what Lance is offering already. So I don't really see a point on really summoning on her. So that's just my take on it. If you guys have tests otherwise, you know, Fei Se being a much more dominant support character than Lan, do definitely leave the comment section and below. Do let me know, because I personally I have not tested to like a full extent at 6-star, so at 6-star it may be different, but other than that I think that's pretty much what I have to say about Fei Se. It's just unfortunate that she got nerfed. Pretty much all I can say. She got nerfed to a point where they really have to like rebalance her like ASAP to make people feel like she's impressive to someone. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys, and then I'll be catching you guys on the next one.